January, and we started planting tomatoes. So I'm not gonna do them all today. I'm gonna every week I'll do 100 or so. Today I did 4 trays, and each tray I believe 24 per tray. So I don't know. We did 100, and what we did today was we're going to start the seeds, and we're using seed starter. I got different types. Sometimes I don't use seed starter and I run into problems. So this year we're going to go out and spend money and use seed starter. So I try different types. So I know which ones I started off using that blue container. I did that with 3 of them, and then I used this container, the burpee one, all organic, right, for one. So we'll see. Now, what we did is we're going to plant the tomatoes because in 6 weeks to 8 weeks, we're going to move them to a heated greenhouse, and then this entire room will be filled up again. So we're going to try to alternate these. I am doing farmers market, so I'm going to kind of try to time it, so every 2 weeks we'll have tomatoes. The goal is end of June, which is pretty crazy. But just for the heck of it, I'll tell you what we did today is I'm using the same, giving them numbers. So I planted these Kellogg breakfast tomatoes today, the T2s. By the way, these are Baker Creeks. They're expensive. It's like anywhere from $2.75 to $4, per pack. And when you open these packs up, you'd be surprised. There's only like 30, 40 seeds, sometimes less. And what I do with that is, since the seeds are worth more money than gold in weight, what I do is I dump the seeds in this thing here, and then I put some into my palm, and then what I do is my finger's a little bit wet, and I pick one seed at a time. They're really small seeds, so it's kind of a pain, and then whatever is left I put back in. So today we did 24 of these Kellogg's, okay, and we did the Rebecca Allens, okay. These are my. I'm going to give them numbers. So tomatoes will go from T to whatever. I've got 24 species, and then these are my favorite. I mean, it looks like it's yellow, but it's not. It's the lights. This is really red, not orange. Okay, that's the way it looks. There we go. Orange, red, and those are mushroom baskets. Those are our favorite seller last year, and so they are in these trays. I'm putting plastic containers on, tops on them. I don't have many. I've got like 10 of them. They're expensive. They're like $3 a piece, so I'm not going to buy more. So every 2 weeks, once the seeds pop, I'll take those off and reuse them. So this particular room is going to have approximately, depending on what size, I'm using these large ones because they're tomatoes. Eventually, in 6 to 8 weeks, I'll be using smaller plugs. So I could have 1,200 plants in here. I mean, it's pushing it. What I'm doing is I'm taking the seed starter and putting it in that bucket right there, okay? And that bucket is a nice bucket. I bought about 100 of these already for my outside above ground gardens. But this bucket, put water in it, and that way the seed starter is a bit wet. Another thing we did last year we kind of got, well, actually, let me finish. For example, the pink boar too, which is another, the 4th batch I did today. These pink boars in this container are mine from last year, and these are the ones I bought. So the ones you buy were $3.50 at Baker Creek. You only got like 20 of them, and then I was able to get several hundred off my tomatoes. So I've got lots of my own seeds this year. I'm hoping to save a ton of money on seeds. I still buy seeds, Plan B, but every year you take a bigger chance. Plus, you're always worried about the germination. How many seeds will germinate. So we're going to test today. And by the way, when I put them in, I'll do 1 in each, and then the whole first row, 6, I'll double up in case some don't germinate. Then I can move them in to the other compartments. So back to what I was talking about. Last year, I did this whole room, and I live in Lakewood, and we have a mouse problem. And so I got this old, 120-year-old house that's probably got all kind of holes and there's no way the mice aren't going to get in. And we're always getting mice, and so is everybody else. I don't have a cat. A lot of my neighbors have cats, and they take care of it. And of course, they scare the mice to my house, and they come here. Well, last year I had a mouse eat up about 600 seeds after I planted them, and I kept watering them and couldn't figure out. Well, the mouse would come in here and eat all my seeds. And I lost a lot of plants and a lot of time last year. So this year, today, we're going to set up the mouse traps. And I've got about 30 traps out. And basically, I've got the nice snap traps. I like that because at night you're sleeping and you're snap, 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 snap. I don't think I'll get that many. But you can hear them snap and you're like, oh, got a mouse. So it's kind of nice to hear the snap mouse trap. And then I have snap traps down here. And then, of course, we got to make a couple of the mice suffer. So we stick them on these little stickies. And I got about, I don't have a lot of those. I'm going to have to go buy more. I got 10 out upstairs on my first floor. And then throughout my whole basement. My basement's kind of like, I got a lot of stuff in my basement. This is my work table here for my tent. Now let's see what we're feeding the mice today. What is for dinner today? Well, we have Jiffy. You know, Jiffy. We have, oh, look at this, fancy cheese with a little bit of, I don't know, it looks like some kind of berry. Expensive cheese, right? Then I said, hey, let's give him some meat. So I can my own food, right? So this is some pork that was left over. And then this is turkey that was from another leftover can. So they're getting pork, turkey, cheese, and peanut butter. And that's what's for dinner for the mice. So I'm going to feed them well. And we'll see. I kind of mixed all four together. I know, I'm not, maybe I'm doing it wrong. But anyway, so that's my little room. And we've planted, each one of these shells will hold 4. So I'll rearrange these. But there's one, there's 2 over there, and there's one up top there. So we planted 100 tomatoes today. And then next week we'll do another 100. And then the week after we'll probably double, triple down. And eventually this whole room will be filled with tomatoes. And I may do some other vegetables. These are all going to go into a warmed greenhouse for another 6 weeks that we're going to use. And then from that greenhouse they'll go into a hoop house. So this will be, hopefully, we're planting our June harvest for the farmers markets. So, hey, thanks for coming on. If any of you guys in Lakewood have a bunch of these you want to throw away, please text me, let me know. And if I did something wrong and you got any ideas, I'd be more than happy to read your comments below. So please rate, subscribe. You don't have to share, but if you have any good comments, if I've said something wrong, I am a shoestringer. It's only my 4th year of doing this. So I'm open ears. Hey, thanks for coming on, and I'll keep you all posted.